Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Okay, hour number 2. Thank you for joining us. We're going to shift gears into some naked body scanner information and how to resist it. We're also going to get into attacks on the Second Amendment with an attorney exposing some of this corruption here in Central Texas. That is all coming up. But let's finish up with Nightline last night, doing a profile on yours truly. Now they shift into, hey, the world is in trouble, Alex says, but he is happy about life. So, see, things really aren't as bad as he says. So now they're going back to, does Alex really mean what he's saying, or is it a stick? When I gave them all the information on every subject I covered. Let's go back to it.
Downright ebullient about his wife and their 3 young children.
So your son knows the word propaganda?
Yes.
A 7-year-old.
All right, hit pause.
That's what happened.
It's implied there that it's bad if your 7-year-old knows the word propaganda. Wow. Remember when the CPS took Barry Cooper's son? And they put in the Williamson County order to take him? The father had taught the, 6-7-year-old not to trust the government? So, oh my gosh, his son, pretty soon, this person's child knows how to talk. This person's child knows who Thomas Jefferson is. Holy mackerel. This is incredible. And so the message is, then I go on and say, I teach my son to question everything, and that everybody has an agenda. So, oh, Alex has an agenda, as if having an agenda is bad. No, my agenda is out in the open. I'm naked about what I do. Let's continue.
You're Alex Jones' son.
I mean, the most important thing is he knows everybody has an agenda, including myself.
All I'm calling for is a real investigation, and the people of Oklahoma City have been calling for an investigation.
Jones, who's 36, got his start with a local cable access show in the 1990s. He now has a huge fan base, which includes celebrities like Willie Nelson, Jesse Ventura, Charlie Sheen.
We want our country back, Mr. President. I'm calling on each and every American citizen to wake up, stand up, and demand the truth.
And Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag.
Spencer Pratt, good to have you on. All right, applause.
Thank you.
We've had hundreds of celebrities on this broadcast. They contacted me to say they'd become Christian and love the Lord and wanted to expose the New World Order. They know that Spencer and Heidi are unpopular with many people, so it's another guilt by association. Let's continue.
So much. I'm so honored to be on with you. You are a true legend, a true American patriot.
Do you think there's some percentage of the people who watch you who do it for entertainment value?
A very low percentage, but we have heard that before.
While he admits that some people may watch him purely for entertainment, he says the real reason for his recent growth is that the public increasingly mistrusts government.
There's a scientific dictatorship controlling the planet.
However, Jones sometimes seems to latch onto small pieces of information to prove his much larger, more sinister theory.
We've been warning you.
For example, while we're here, he says this about an article he found on CNN.com.
And they recommend having a one-child policy.
And I looked up the article, and I have it, and I can pull it up for you. It's actually a fluffy feature piece interviewing a woman who wrote a semi-jokey book about having environmentally friendly sex, in which she talks about doing dating on your bicycle.
And then slipped in there, it says we might want a one-child policy or to adopt.
But it was a sarcastic little aside, not like the CNN.
See, it's all sarcastic. But see, we've gone from there's no move for a world government, it doesn't exist, nuts talk about it, to you can't prove the world government that's being formed is murderous.
I'm not even granting you that there's a world government being formed.
Yeah, and that's why you're discredited.
Do you think sometimes you work yourself up into a lather on the show where you might sort of overstate your case slightly?
Certainly I've overstated the case sometimes, but more often than not, in hindsight, it comes out and it's far worse than I'd even thought.
New World Order scum, we are not your slaves!
He says he actually hates his job and would love to...
We're going to come back and conclude this, but I gave him 4 articles that day with the media promoting one-child policy. You see it everywhere. You can't miss it. That was my point. And he took 1 article of 4 that day and implied it was a joke. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke. So see how it's amazing.